I see people trying to be there.
You've had some horses in your stable.
Everyone.
Oh, we're recording right now.
Yeah, yes, we are.
Okay, we're testing.
Welcome back to the Two Talking Fools. We are just two average, and I mean average girls taking their phone calls to the podcast.
You're welcome.
Shaba,
What's up? What's
the topic
happening?
that I would like to talk about today is one that's come up in numerous friend life situations.
Okay.
This isn't at anyone, but I think we got to have a chat with our ladies. I think we have a chat with our ladies. I think we have a chat with, I don't know if it comes down to self-worth.
Mm.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it comes down to, but I feel like this podcast should be dedicated to women.
To the women.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be like feminist and shit like that. Not that I have anything against that.
I feel like, yep, I got you. I know where we're going.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. We're dedicating it to the ladies.
I just feel like, lately there are women who I just don't think they value themselves or see themselves valuable enough.
Yep, I got you. Yep.
And so therefore they stay in situations or are in situations that you wouldn't see women who are confident in themselves.
For sure.
You would not see a truly confident woman.
For sure.
In these situations.
For sure.
And that is no shade at these women. I feel bad for them.
For sure.
Because they don't see how great they are.
For sure. And I think that at some point in time, we've all, as female, have been in situation or relationship or something like that. Some point in time, whether it's when you're younger or older or whatever.
100%.
I feel like everybody's kind of,
everyone has been there.
But I know exactly what you're talking about. I feel that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because no matter what you say, let's just say, for instance, it's you.
Okay.
It's not going to matter how much I say to you, Shabby, you're so great. You're so smart. You're the coolest thing since, you know what I'm saying?
Well, thank you. No, I got
that type of validation.
Yeah.
You're not looking for that.
No, because you got to feel it. You got to feel it and know it. Yeah.
Yep. And deep inside, you're looking for it in someone that's unwilling to give it to you.
Well, okay. So we're going to pause because I think you brought up an very, very, very important part. You said you're looking for it in someone. That's the problem.
Right.
Exactly what you said. That is exactly the problem, is that, unfortunately, and I think that's a very valid example. But I think that if you're looking for validation within other people and you don't see it within yourself, you're always going to be looking. People, I don't really know like what their backgrounds were or whatever, but it was a huge audience, right? And so it was her turn to ask a question. And so she said, and not because I want you to continue because I feel like I love where this is going. I want you to
contribute, my girl.
But she said, so this particular woman that was asking the question, she said, "Oh, I've been with my boyfriend for 5 years and he hasn't proposed. Like, I don't know what to do." Right. And I wasn't even thinking anything of it because, again, I didn't know where this conversation was going. But one of the ladies, so the panel was a mixture of men and women, which I thought was excellent, right? Because you get perspective from everybody.
Love it.
And so one of the females says, "Excuse me, did you say you've been with him for 5 years?" And she's like, "Yeah." And she goes, "And you're questioning why he hasn't proposed, or like you're looking for a timeline?" And she's like, "Well, I just don't understand how he hasn't proposed yet." And so one of the guys interjected and said, "I think I know where, the friend that was going to answer the question was going." And he said, "It's because you're allowing that to happen. You're allowing yourself to be the girlfriend for 5 years." And then the other girl had spoken back up and she's like, "Exactly. Like, if you're not telling somebody like what you need and want, or even if you have and that person's not fulfilling it, then they don't care enough to, right? So if you're somebody who's looking for validation from somebody and like, okay, you need that ring to like kind of seal it, the fact that you want this relationship to last, that is an issue because if the person wanted to, they would have. But at the same time, what message are you giving to them by accepting certain behaviors? So the more you accept certain behaviors, the more the person will continue to be carrying on those behaviors because you're accepting that, right? And it's similar to like people that are, people that are not able to be faithful. Even those people, they don't have confidence either. Because if they had confidence, they would know what they have in front of them, right? But because they don't, they will continue to look elsewhere. They will continue to look, they will continue to look, they will continue to look because they don't have the confidence enough to know, like, oh my God, like I'm deserving of what I have in front of me. This is what I have. So you keep looking for something that doesn't exist because you have to find it within yourself.
Or they're too confident.
I don't know though. I don't know. I don't know. Are they? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm thinking of a couple cheaters in mine.
I mean,
I don't know.
I've experienced situations that I wish I didn't have to be a part of. And of course, I can only speak to my experience with a few people that the hell they were looking for. But those individuals were not confident at all. They were not confident at all. I don't even think they knew what they wanted. You know what I mean? Even there's one in particular. There's one in particular who I
Just
always
put his
thought.
name out there.
I know. I
Could you
want him so
imagine?
freaking bad.
No.
Just put him on blast now. But I think that like there's one person in particular that I could think of where like I always thought this person was super confident. And then as I got to know this person over the years, they aren't. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're not
Right.
happy, they're not confident. They're always looking for more. They're always living in the past
Right.
because they lack confidence. So
Right.
they're never going to be happy because they're never going to see what's in front of them. You know what I mean? They're never going to like be confident in themselves and try to work on themselves before they're constantly looking for something within somebody else. They're not going to find it because they don't have it within themselves.
Yeah.
So going back to our ladies, we've, like you said, especially within, friend circles and stuff like that, there's been some unfortunate situations that we've seen people go through, and it sucks because you want to say like, dude, you're freaking amazing, like you're freaking
But
a hot ticket. What's wrong with you, girl? Like you're a
too
beautiful
bad they don't see it
female.
like
Yeah,
that.
you're smart as hell. Like you bring a lot to the table. Like you bring more than just your looks to the table, girl. Like you bring like you're the full package. Like you got to see that, sis. I was talking to one of our girlfriends recently, and it was like very heartbreaking because she had said something, and I was like, damn. And I know where she's at. I know where she's at. I know where she's at. Like I can definitely 1,000% empathize for her. And she said, I just don't understand how I wasn't enough. And she had been in her situation for many, many, many years with this person. Many years with this person.
It's a problem because I don't know, we've talked about this before, but like,
Yeah. I feel like we have, but not in depth.
you gotta know, you cannot see. I've done it before. I've been in situations where I have seen the flags and chose to not see the
For
flags,
sure.
even though I should have seen the flags.
Yeah, for sure. We all have fun. Yeah.
The problem is that depending if you see the flags and then you pretend like you don't see them and then you start building a foundation and a life with somebody, it gets harder and harder to get out.
Yeah.
It gets harder and harder to get out. And then so yeah, early on, you just got to know. And these guys, if they're disrespecting you early on, they're going to disrespect you forever.
For sure.
That's it.
Facts. Ladies, listen to what we're trying to tell you.
Because the reality is that whether we want to say it or not, let's just say, for instance, it's a pregnancy.
Okay.
Okay. And,
Yeah.
because I mean, that I don't know what else is.
Yeah,
If you
that's
move
like an
out,
example. Yeah,
if you move in together, you move out, you can break a lease, you can do all that. A child kind of bonds you forever.
Oh, facts, been there. Yep.
And we all know people that, oh my gosh. So
Yeah, for sure.
let's just say for ha-has, it is. A guy can just walk away.
For sure. They can. That's true.
They can just walk away. But the female mama, is then held responsible, to do everything to find housing, make sure they're fed, make sure they're cared for, whether that person is or isn't in the picture.
Yeah.
Is it right? No. How often does it happen? Literally all the time.
Yeah. And it's, dude, it's effed up. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's circumstances where the roles are reversed and you might have a woman who might leave a child with a man. So like,
100%.
like shout out to the dudes that
How many great
unfortunately
guys
end
do
up.
I know that play both roles?
I know, bro. Like for
Christ.
sure. Shout out to those of
Mhm.
you that are like real men. But this episode we're speaking to women just because there's been a few circumstances within our friend group that we've seen that, we just kind of wanted to bring this stuff to light. It's just unfortunate. I think a lot of it has to do with feeling like you love somebody, right? Like, so you love this person so much. So you want to like work on everything with them. And, oh, deep down they're a good person. And, oh, you remember the good times when you guys first started talking and everything like that. It's the idea of the person that you love. It's not the person, though. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you like, I don't know. I guess my way of looking at it is if something is stressing you out, right? And you're unsure of a situation,
Right.
healthy relationships are not supposed to feel like that.
Right.
They're not supposed to feel like that. They're not supposed to make you stressed out or unhappy and, like create a whole bunch of drama and animosity and a bunch of nonsense. You know what I mean? Especially when you get to become a certain age. There's a point of time where you kind of have to grow up. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So I think a lot of it does have to do with lack of confidence, whether it's with the female that stays in the relationship or the male that is not faithful or whatever the case is. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think a healthy relationship is supposed to be calming and, both people want to make each other better. And, you're supposed to be able to bring peace into a relationship. The other thing I do want to mention, though, is that you can, so there was, and again, stuff that I read something and it might have been on Instagram. I never know, guys. I know a lot of you that listen to us are probably like, Shayna, you never know where the heck you see this stuff. Cause I don't. But it was a quote that said, when you've been in toxic relationships and you find that good one, and it's hard to realize that you have somebody that helps to bring out the healthy good sides of you. I don't necessarily agree with that. The reason why I don't agree with that is because I don't feel it's somebody else's job to fix you as a person. You know what I mean? Like there's going to be traumas that you have, and if this is the right person, then there's going to be some patience needed. Absolutely. But to expect somebody to like necessarily fix you, I don't know. I don't agree with that.
Nobody can fix you.
Yeah, you got to do it within yourself. So that part, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, you know what I mean? If you're with somebody that makes you want to be a better person, then that's great. But you have to internally do that. You can't expect that somebody's going to be able to do it for you, I guess is my whole point. So when I saw that quote, there was a few thousand people that liked it too. I'm like, no, that's that toxic bullshit. I'm not
That's some
expecting
shit to the
nobody.
bull.
That's some shit to the bull. I'm not liking that. I don't agree with that at all.
Right.
I don't agree with that at all.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's tricky. It's tricky dicky, but you just got to know what you want for your life and for yourself.
For sure. But you brought up a good point too. It sucks that, like when there's kids involved, you know what I mean? And what I mean by like it sucks is not the kids. Oh my God, like they're blessings.
No.
Children are a freaking blessing. I just mean that then that changes things though, like you said. That changes things big time.
The situation sucks for everyone, you know?
That sucks, dude. It's never easy. I know. I remember where this came up. It was the episode where we were reading. Remember the app that you have? We were reading one of the letters to our audience and then answering the question for the individual that wrote the letter.
That's right. The Sincerely app, which I still use.
That's where it came from. That's what we were talking about.
100%.
I can't believe I remember that. Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
Do you know, I still read, every day I get 3 letters I can read, or like 6 a day or something like that. And a lot of them, it's very much the same song and dance.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm going to give you the same song and dance that women are using this app to just like randomly share it with strangers because it's anonymous.
That's so sad.
It's basically like, I'm in a bad spot. I'm with a narcissist, or I'm with a guy that's abusive. I'm with a guy that this. I can't get out of this situation. We've got kids involved. I'm scared. Or it's the other way around. It's, the husband's lost interest. I know he's cheating on me. And it goes both ways too. It's not like, I don't want to just sit here again, like you were saying, like It's not all towards men. So please don't even take it that way.
Yeah.
It's just the things that I'm noticing in this particular radius. Life is tricky dicky to begin with, and then you add children. They don't make things easier by any means. They absolutely complicate it. They're beautiful. The best thing you'll do. But you got to know, you got to be real about it. It's like if you have a relationship that's already kind of not great, having a child isn't going to make it better.
Yeah.
I
For
think a
sure.
lot of people sometimes think that.
For sure.
It's like, no, it's a lot like a puppy. It can add a lot of like stress to a scenario.
Dude, can we talk about something
Yeah,
kind of on the topic, but not really?
sure.
So I was talking to a colleague about this, and I don't remember how
A
it came up.
colleaga.
A colleague. I was talking to her about this the other
Mhm.
day. So many moons ago, I worked with this girl.
How many moons?
It was a
I want you to tell
long
me. Are
time
we full
ago.
moons?
Like, let me think about this. So at this point,
How many blue moons
at
since this
least
happened?
10 plus years ago.
Okay.
So it was a while ago. I worked with this girl who was happily married. Or no, she was engaged at this point, and then they had gotten married while we were working together. Really, really nice guy. Really great guy. She was a sweet girl too. A little different, but sweet. Super, super sweet. And they got married, had already been living together. So it's not like they were looking for a place or anything like that. Fine, beautiful wedding. Okay, fine. Fast forward into us like a year later. Okay. They'd been married at this point a year. And she wanted to have a child. He did not.
Okay.
And it was causing a lot of issues in their relationship. So, you know what she did? Honest to God. And when she said this, I was so absolutely disgusted. And she didn't talk to me for a few days when I gave her my feedback on that. She told me that she was going to poke holes in the condom. I said,
Yeah, that's not cool.
that's not cool. And
That's really messed up.
true story, honest to God.
And she did.
Oh, she did. And they had a child. And I was like, dude, that
is not nice.
up. I'm
That's
like, that's
messed up.
fucked.
Yeah.
So all of us were looking at each other at work and nobody was saying anything. And she was like, I'm just saying, I don't understand. Like, this is the one thing I want. He always says that, he's given me everything I've ever asked for. And I told him that he hasn't because this is what I really, really want, blah, 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 blah. And so she did that. And like I said, they had a kid. And so she got pissed off at me one day because I was really, really quiet. It didn't sit well with me. I'm not judging anybody, but I just don't, that's effed up. That's not right. And so she said to me, she was like, do you think I'm wrong for doing that? And I was like, I don't want to be involved in it. I said, this is a conversation that like you really need to have with your now husband. And she goes, no, I really want to know what you're thinking. And I was like, I don't think you do. And I told her, I said, that's fucked up. I'm like, that's really fucked up. If he specifically said he didn't want a kid and you're doing some shady shit, like poking holes in condoms and stopping birth control and all that shit, that's fucked up. I'm like, that's not right. I'm like, that's not right. Like, this is like the biggest lie in your relationship. And I ended up getting promoted, going elsewhere. I wasn't really working with her. We kept in touch on social media. And like, daughter grew up, family was happy and everything like that. And I still think about this story till that day. I'm like, I don't think he ever knew that she did that or whatever. But yeah, dude.
Are they together?
I think they are. She deleted me
Are
because
you
of
kidding? They're
political.
still together.
I'm almost positive they are, but she deleted me at one point because of disagreements with politics. And then she just came up as somebody you would know. And I was like, oh, okay, we're not friends on
Now you're just
Facebook.
somebody that I used to know.
I was like,
You
oh,
didn't
okay.
have to cut me off.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay. I guess that's what we're doing. Awesome. But I was telling my coworker that, and she goes, you're kidding, right? I said, honest to God, I wish that was, I wish that was the honest to God truth. Because you think about being in a relationship like that, where you're in, I mean,
She's
what we
lucky he
all
stayed
thought,
with her.
I know, what we all thought was like a good relationship, right? Everything's great. They're happy, which I didn't think it was all that great because she was just some of the stuff she said. I'm like, dude, I would have divorced your ass. Like, I would have gotten an annulment or something. I'm sorry.
Right.
But like, it seemed like all he cared about was making her happy. And if that's what made him happy and they were happy, great. Like, more power to them, right?
Right.
But I think about a situation like that and I'm like, dude, that's some toxic ass shit. That's some toxic ass shit, bro.
Facts.
Could you imagine that?
No.
I remember when I was married, I wanted another child really bad, bro. I did. I would never have done something like that. If somebody says they don't want to do something, especially like that, you don't freaking
Oh,
do that,
right.
bro.
I didn't know where that was going for a
No,
second.
I'm not going there.
lie.
I'm not going down that rabbit
Well, I
hole.
was like,
No, I'm not going down that rabbit hole, bro. The look on your face. No, I'm not going down that rabbit hole. I wouldn't do that. But I'm just saying, like, that's not something I would ever do. Like, come on, man. Like, that's a whole human being. Somebody does not want to have a child. That should have been a conversation y'all had prior to.
Facts, bro.
And that's all I'm saying. Like,
facts.
Because that's not just like, oops, this happened. Like, you know what I mean? But then on the flip side, right? If a situation happens and somebody does end up getting pregnant, okay? Because we know somebody, right? Somebody does end up getting pregnant and the couple is aware of things that may have not worked or somebody not taking whatever the situation is, okay? And both parties are aware of that, right? That's totally different. It's totally different. Both people need to be involved in that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's totally different.
Right. What you're particularly talking about is, yep.
Yeah.
He needs to be present in the baby's life.
For sure. For sure.
It's unfortunate whether.
Yeah. Yeah. I know, bro. You're sweating a lot right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But back to those people, sincerely, which you guys should download if you want. It's kind of amazing.
We should go back to reading some of them.
Do you want to do that?
We should. We should go back to like reading, like,
girl,
and then answering it.
Okay, I didn't know if you'd like
totally do that.
So here's what we're gonna do. On the next episode, we're gonna read some because there's some good ones that I've written down. And yes, we're gonna do that on the next.
For sure.
Let's do that in the next one. So I guess just sum it up, to like wrap this up is like
wrap it up. Mm-hmm.
I just think, first of all, this day and age, there really are no excuses.
None.
So there's that. Second of all, as somebody who's 40 years old, having children,
for both people,
having children changes your life for the better, but it changes it.
Yeah.
And it's going to add a level of complication to your life at times. I mean, basic stuff. You got to think of daycare. You got to think of this. You got to raise them. You got to do this.
For sure.
All those things.
For sure. But both people need to be invested.
Yeah. And and there's a lot of times they're not. And the problem is that you look at it, joint custody ain't really joint. Let's just be facts. So in life, it can be joint custody and you can get child support and you can get all that, but it's not going to take away the level of difficulty it brings to your life.
But even child support isn't even.
It's not exactly.
It's not even. Yeah, it's not.
Because you think of just like the cost of living, everything. It's just not. Yeah. They do the best they can. You calculate based on whatever.
Yeah, whatever. We're like whatever. But I got you, bro. I got you. But when it comes to, because you had brought up
women have to be smart.
Yeah. At the beginning of this, you brought up an excellent point, and it had to do with lacking confidence in yourself. So you got to know what you're worth and what you bring to the table. And if
don't chase.
Yeah.
How about this?
How about people,
do not chase anybody ever. Don't chase anybody ever for respect. Don't chase anybody for attention. Don't chase anybody for love.
None of it.
For friendship, for nothing.
Nothing.
And if you are chasing somebody, right there should tell you.
Reach. Hallelujah.
Right?
Hallelujah. Ain't no
Don't
chasing.
chase.
Ain't no chasing. You know what?
Ain't no chasing.
Take your seat from that table, move it to another one.
That's
or
right.
Better yet, create your own table.
100%.
Facts.
100%.
But be healthy. Be healthy, guys. More importantly,
be healthy.
Mental health is so freaking important.
Prioritize yourself. Prioritize your future.
Yeah.
Think about your future.
Yeah.
Think about the life you want to create and then have that realistic talk with yourself. Where do you want to go? You want to be the captain of your ship. That's all I know. And you are the captain of your ship.
For sure.
Do not let these people come into your life, whether it's a male or a female,
For sure. True.
and
Goes both ways. Yeah.
take you off kilter, or make you less than, or make you make choices or life decisions that are not what you should be doing or what you deserve to do.
Hallelujah.
All right.
Preach. Take them to church, sis.
All right.
Take them to church.
Girls, come out, because
Yeah.
there's nothing better
Yeah. Just
than
know
a
your
confident woman.
worth. Just know your worth. And if
Know
if
your
it's,
worth.
if it doesn't feel right,
If it
ain't
don't
right.
feel right, if it feels like you're settling, right?
Yeah.
Like, here's an example. Let's just say you love cosmic brownies, but then you go for let's just say a shitty generic brand, right? And it's not the same. And you know that you love the cosmic brownie. You're even willing to eat less cosmic brownies, but still get Little Debbie, because Little Debbie's better quality. But you're saying to yourself, I'm not willing to sacrifice the quality of Little Debbie because I know I'm not going to like the generic one. So why even? I would rather eat less of the Little Debbie, but know that that's the one that I want. And that's the one that my mouth deserves. But some of y'all be going for that generic brand, and not to hate on generic brands because there's so many that are so good. Shout out to Family Dollar's individually sized apple pies. They're the best. But anyway, do not settle. Don't settle for those shitty fucking generic brands that are just not good.
Yeah.
You do not need to settle.
Facts.
We always talk about breaking generational trauma.
For sure.
But this lack of confidence, maybe you saw your parents do it. Maybe you saw your grandparents do it, where maybe they settled, or you saw your parents do it. Now that you're older, you reflect. Don't make those same decisions.
Yeah.
Don't make those, because you deserve better. You deserve better. And that's it. And a guy, you're a gift, and you should respect him too. That respect goes both ways. But Lord have mercy, some of you women give these men too much.
Yeah.
You give them way too much.
Yeah.
You allow them to write and narrate your whole life book, and it's wild to me.
Yeah. Be better, do better, ladies.
Be better, do better.
Be better, do
earn,
better, girls.
because you deserve better.
Facts. Be honest with yourselves. Be honest with each other. Mark
But when
those
you
boundaries.
settle,
don't settle. Facts.
All right, that's it. That's ran over, because we love our homegirls.
We love you guys.
We love you guys for real. That's it.
Later,
now that we're all
sisters.
heated, that's it. Shaba says bye. So
I'm so awkward.
Two Talking Fools, all new website. Go there. You can listen to the things, new merchandise. It's very easy to navigate. All new episodes. Girls, know your worth. Be confident. Love you.